Well, it's snowing, and that means it is time for more Askiy Ridge multiplayer out here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. We have 3 diamonds on the map, and therefore in the entire game remaining that we don't have, those being Pintail, Dusky Grouse, and still we're missing the North American Beaver. So, back at it again today, and we'll see if we can cross any more off the list. And right away, we've got a pretty nice level 4 bison to get this hunt going, up to 160. And I finally decided to switch it up. We have the 338 this time. So we'll see how that does on a bison. Not exactly a great angle. About 130 out or so. See if that ends up punching through. Now, he's not going aggressive, so if it didn't, it would be an issue, but he's going down, so it's going to be a nice first kill. And we got some kind of foul going over. Really not Pintail territory, but actually it's Canada geese, so nothing to worry about. And he's down right up here. Now, diamond is 158, so I guess technically a slight chance at it. He's going to be 152, so not bad. 6 shy diamond, that shot got well into the left lung. I think broadside double lung is absolutely doable. And as it is bison drink time, I imagine we'll probably see more of those as we go along. What I'm doing right now is kind of working up to this beaver dam area, so a couple of bison locations we should hit as we go. So we got a couple of beavers out here, and having shot the piebald one in the last hunt out here, this just made me think it would be so cool to watch a rare one actually chew on a tree. Now, that tree's not particularly close to falling, so I think we'll probably go for that. It actually shouldn't, there's a 4, but it shouldn't spook many of them, and maybe it gets them moving around, we can actually see more. So, got a little reliable here, the 243. And that angle, frankly, makes it pretty easy to get that shot. So, yeah, that one went alert. That one took off. I don't actually see much stirring out there, though. They're just doing their thing. Got a bunch of them actually just either walking or swimming along with branches. Can't see it real well, but that one's got one. I'm pretty sure that one's got one. And the 4. There's bison over on that side, but nothing super special, at least yet. So, let's find that level 4. She was kind of headed down that direction. I think that's a second 4, actually. But either way, that's maybe 250 out or so. I think that should get something. Maybe not. Well, 2 shots will bring it down, but it looks like neither did anything good. Well, the good news is she should float to us. I mean, there's still more out there. But everything's looking pretty common and pretty low level. So, multiplayer being multiplayer, we'll go easy on the hunting pressure. But I did see our 4 was floating over and is now floated past us. That, oh, we were close. Should have been a tiny further bit right. It almost like nicked the lung going under there. 27.4 for that. Second shot, way too far back. Now we gotta find some kind of route over to where the first one is. Long way out and around, but laying right next to the tree. I think that's the first time we've shot one actually actively chewing a tree. There was still even a male fleeing over there. That is the reddish brown. That's neat, actually. Just seeing the detail in it. That gives you the best look at the teeth. I think of anything. I don't know that there's a trophy shot pose or anything that shows it. Captured really well. Like, they got the coloration. You can see, like, the inside, they're not like that kind of orange color on the outside has. That's neat. I don't know what's up with whatever that is. Maybe that's tree related in some way. We hard shot it, by the way, at 300 meters. I just noticed that. That's pretty cool. Gold beaver hard shot 300 meters away. Chewing a tree and all. Not too bad. So we are, I think, gonna head down south now. Maybe gonna hit some wood ducks and stuff as we continue chasing beavers. So you can see we now have the feed zone for the beavers. And I really do think that's actually the easiest time to spot them, because they're all out in the water like this. And I think that can make it, you know, just rather than trying to look through brush, trying to see like, oh, it's the one behind that tree or whatever, they're kind of all congregated. And despite that, at least here, I don't see any all that interesting. There's still more popping up, so let's try to get somewhere we can see a bit better. I mean, there is a 4 out there that we hadn't seen, and it's funny, it's so much more of a process once we really are trying to find like a diamond one. In the past, just shoot the first one we see what runs at us, you know, revenge the whole thing. But now, trying to take it seriously, trying to spot every last one. Because if there's a 5 in here and we didn't see it, I mean, it might dive underwater and we might never know. But I really enjoy that aspect of it, like being almost forced to take our time in that sense, slowing down in a game that generally we're moving pretty fast, we're running around, covering a lot of ground. I can appreciate that. But this should be our best one thus far, 26.93. We did have a 27, but we messed it up, so that's kind of what I'm talking about. Double lung in the water at 140, and here's what we're going to do now. It's 1300, bighorn to drink, and you guys know I've really been wanting a new model and new horns, diamond bighorn. So, we're going to head north, get after them, and we can chase dusky grouse and pintail along the way. Well, that was effective. There's a dilute mule deer doe just heading across right here. Nice buck as well. Let's go ahead and try to get that. We have the Perry 308. They're kind of just moving along. Go ahead and get that shot. That's going to be just fine. And doesn't actually look like we missed anything as far as bighorn. So this is like the starter lake, literally where you first go to for the first outpost. If we could jump onto the bridge, that would be fantastic. I'm pretty sure you can get bighorn here, and it's one of our mule deer grind spots, so not surprised to see that, but kind of surprised to see the rare. And just coming up here, it occurred to me, the new stag and doe multi-mount, if this was any of the other rare does, that could have been really cool, because we have like one piebald and then a couple of dilutes. Mela, albino, leucistic, the other pie, any of those we could have maybe put in there. Unfortunately, probably not one we're going to tax because we've got a couple of them. They look awesome though, like the huge ears, it just shows up better on the does, I think, because obviously there's not antlers there to look at instead. Just really, they outdid themselves with the model. Double lung at 161 meters with the Perry 308. Finally something solid. And we'll see if there's anything else up here. That doesn't look too bad. To level 3 out there. And really, I'm trying to cover like more bighorn ground than we typically do. So, not a spot that we often go to. At least that's decent. He's going down. I don't know where those came from. There were more right here, but it did look like they were the only ones. So not too bad as our first one of the day. 161.60. Double lung at 329. And it's already, I think, after 1400. So we're just going to keep this moving. That's looking a little better. Up to 195 for that guy. Probably the best one we've seen in a while. It's actually one of our mule deer spots, this little overlook. So let's go ahead and try to get that. We know with diamond being 196, obviously no chance of being a level 4 diamond, which they do exist for bighorn, and I've seen a fair few posted. Not going to be one of those, but certainly a good looking one. I mean, it's not too far off of what we need to see. He's going to be 175, so still about 20 shy of diamond. You can see like the wider set curl on him. Just so much better looking now. And got one more spot I want to check down here. And then I think we're going to jump back up north and kind of get back more into pintail territory. We only saw like one flock so far. That is another piebald pintail hen. No way. And I think that's an eclipse drake there. Why don't we go ahead and line up on that and maybe... I'm just not certain that's eclipse. I'm pretty sure it is. If we're quick with this, pop that one and that one. And just in case he's not eclipse, we'll find out. So firstly, our drake is eclipse. Thought it might have been, but I don't know. It was these feathers that kind of threw me. 791 for him. That is very much not rare, but what is would be that one. And I really like the look of these. There are piebald drakes as well. So maybe one of these days if we could get one of those. That scores 777. Not too bad. A lung and vertebrae shot. We'll go ahead and tax that, send that to the lodge as well. And I was kind of thinking too, maybe we'll just hunt our way over. Because clearly there's pintails here, maybe we see some flying over, but I want to check that beaver dam. I don't know this late in the day if they're still feeding or if they'll be out and about again, but we can kind of make our way over and see what we find in between. Oh, that's a melanistic. Or something. That's definitely something. You're kidding me. No shot. That time, it's a drake. Please go land on that lake. Oh, this is going to be such a pain if he doesn't. I think they're going to. They turned. I don't have anything to call them in. They're kind of circling, so I think they're going to drop down. Oh, this could be so cool. He's 835 to 955. So a fairly decent score. Just kind of plop down there. They're going to land from south to north. And I want to keep him spotted because there's a chance they won't land in the water. I mean, the hen that we shot, and even the Eclipse Drake was close. So knowing exactly where they are, in the water or on the shore, really makes a difference in approach. In theory, if they're not on the water, we're gonna have to be a little bit closer so we can actually see, but that is awesome. So I think he's landing, gonna drop down there. Might actually be a little closer to us than we want. Just keep him spotted so we see where he actually lands. There we go. Looked like that was on land too. We're gonna go ahead and spot that. 80-ish meters. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a little closer. There he is. That's the right estimate. Sitting right there at 50 meters. Let's zero for that. Just kind of crouch up. Very clearly the melanistic. And that's going to take him out. That's insane. We literally came here for bighorn. And we ended up getting a couple of insane pintails. But our first trophy Drake pintail. And oh my goodness, that looks awesome. Look at like the detail on the feathers and stuff. A little bit lighter colored, still got like a nice iridescent sheen. The face and everything, the detail in that, the eyes have commented so many times. With the new species, the redos, that is incredible. Silver at 836, but a melanistic Pintail Drake. Heart shot him as well with the 22, as if that really matters for a whole lot, but that is just an extra cool thing to add. That is going to the main lodge, no doubt. Wasn't he like 835 minimum when he scored 836? That's a little unfortunate, but hey, we'll take him any way we can get him. Got the, I think it's called Sprig as well. Just the whole thing looks so cool. I can't wait to see that in the lodge. What the heck? Started taking off, heading for that beaver dam. We made it a couple of meters basically. And maybe for the sake of not messing up these guys, let's just sort of hop over them. That cuts off our hunt a little ways, but hey, we just killed something insane, so I'm not going to complain. Well, there's our answer on the beavers. They are all just, I think, headed for the water right now. None of them all that special. Probably more around. There's one already in the water. That is at such a distance. We're going to need the Argoscope to spot it, level 2. So they must just be starting to gather again. If we look at the zone, 16 to 20, kind of what I thought they might be doing, in which case this overlook is probably where we want to hang out for a minute. Whole crew of them out there. I mean, a couple that we hadn't spotted before. They're all just kind of doing their thing. The only one I want to check on is the one on the tree, because I don't know if we've spotted that. That's a level 3. Maybe we just do it again, though. See if we can get that one off the tree. It's a little over 300 this time. If we line this up. Something like that. Goodness gracious. I swear somehow it's a more violent drop reaction. Because I noticed that earlier, too. These ones don't even know anything happened. Maybe pick out a level 3, I think is the best we've got. Just rolls them over. I think maybe we should be using the 243 more. It does a heck of a job on them. So getting over there should be interesting. Crossing this particular one is, I find, more annoying, but we'll find a way. Actually, this particular spot wasn't too bad to get to. So got one lane here. The other one's going to be back by that tree. This was a level 3. Actually, it was a long vertebrae, middle neck, skull, and jaw. So we were a little bit too high for that. This one, I'm really interested to see, for one, what it looks like again, because the one that we shot earlier is a pretty cool pose, but also, what was the hit that caused that? It was neck again and lung. So too high both times. You get that same thing with like one of the whiskers as well. Really interesting, but it shows the teeth. Very detailed animation all the way through. Not bad, and I think a good way to wrap this one up. So we have 2 rare waterfowl, both pintails, to take back to our trophy lodge then. And I never thought I'd say this. Like, even going back 2 years ago, never in a million years would I have expected to say this. We need more waterfowl plaques. Like, we're out of spots for stuff like that. So we're gonna have to find like a diamond or something to take down, and the big question is, where would we go to do such a thing like that? Like, we've got our albino gadwall here, so we can't do that. It's so, like, not out in the open. But I think we're going to end up putting it in here. And we've got a diamond brown hybrid goose, which now brown hybrid's rare, which of course didn't used to be. So we might just take that down and throw the melanistic pintail there instead. And like I said, I really wanted to get a look at it in the lodge. The quacking pose is one of my favorites. Let's do that and spin it that way. Just such a cool looking duck. The iridescence all the way through that I talked about. They just, all the species eyes, they really just have like a lifelike look to them. That is so cool to see as a Mela. I don't think we're going to put the piebald anywhere. We actually took down a piebald pintail hen in the last video in order to place the piebald beaver that we shot. So maybe we'll put that in the second lodge down the road. I would love if we could do it in this mount, but they're not on Saul's Weasel, so I get why we can't. But Askiy Ridge delivering once again, and it was really lightning striking twice in a short period of time. Back-to-back rare pintails. Hopefully we can get that diamond and cross that off the list, but I will take rare waterfowl any day of the week. On that note, though, that is going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.